Did you hear that protons have mass? I know. I didn't even know they were Catholic. Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Zareth Prevails. Today we're going to talk about the shopping list for the new Datacron set here by popular demand, I guess, by some people. Some people have been very rudely demanding it. It's not popular with me the way you're demanding it. I do have this awesome infographic that costs me hours to make, so go to my Discord server. It is free. Don't take a screenshot of this. It's gonna make you sad, hopefully. Go to my Discord server and get it for free. Be the hero your guild needs. It's in the infographics channel. You have to scroll down for a while. I think it's in the new players section under infographics. So go check that out, folks, and it'll help you know what to do. But we're going to talk about the Datacron set even more, particularly after we say huge shout out to my patrons. You guys are amazing. Thank you guys so much for your support. And I really couldn't do this without you. And if you want to support this channel for free, all you got to do is hit that thumbs up button, like, subscribe, comment, mount the algorithm, folks. And finally, we're nearing the end of this current price for roster reviews. Hit me up on Discord, folks. Follow the instructions. As long as you get your first word in before the end of this month, the end of July, I will do a roster review for the price on the screen. After that, the price is almost certainly going up. I appreciate everyone who's supported me on this, though. It's been a little overwhelming and also very, very appreciated. So let's get going, folks. What's going on with this new Datacron set? Of course, there's two components now. There are focus Datacrons, and there are just the normal Datacrons. They're the mid Datacrons, if you will. And the nice thing is most of these are, well, all of them are actually part of factions that don't have any alignment difference than each other. It's not like mercenaries where some of them are dark, some of them are light, and then you don't know if you roll a light side, will you be able to also roll mercenary? You don't know. This one you do. If you roll light side, it's resistance or Ewok. If you roll dark side, it's Inquisitorius or Night Sister. So let's talk about the stats for like literally 5 seconds. They are boring and they are what they are. At this point, we know what they do. There's nothing crazy about them. I mean, just get over it, guys. It's not crazy. So the mechanics, there's a few different things going on here, really that are really going to guide what we're doing, especially decision making in the greater scheme of things. They're all in the level 3. Of course, there are a few decent like level 6s, but they're kind of obvious for the most part. The turn meter mechanics and stuff. But this one, first off, light side allies gain. Start the battle with 25% turn meter. That's a pretty big deal for a lot of different teams. Like the Hazori team that has started to kill Ahsoka, Galactic Legend Ahsoka teams. That's going to be a pretty big deal. There's also, if you don't particularly need turn meter at the start, which honestly a lot of teams don't, even though the infographic has a lot of teams that do. A lot of teams just don't care about extra turn meter. What they care more about is getting that extra protection up at once they're almost dead. It's going to make light side teams extremely annoying to deal with. And then finally, we have the dark side ones that if you inflict a bunch of debuffs on your opponents, you have a chance to reduce your own cooldowns. So this one is not as crazy strong as the other two, but it is the first decent dark side one we've had for a very long time. So we'll talk about focus Datacrons more in a little bit. First off, Ewoks. I mean, I think this is the best team. This has always been the best team. If I had to pick a Datacron for them, I would choose either Chirpa or Nisa. If you're at the state of the game where Ewoks are very relevant, I mean, you should probably pick one of these up, frankly. They don't usually find much use in Kyber, and so you know, it's a bummer. I genuinely do wish Ewoks were stronger, but they're not, and these Datacrons aren't really going to lift them that much, I don't think. I mean, I'll admit when I'm wrong. I don't expect it. So Inquisitorius, this one's a little bit interesting because first off, you have the obvious team within the Inquisitors, and then you have the offshoot team with all the mercenaries, because Merrick is an Inquisitor, and so the Inquisition actually have one of the strongest mid-crons out there. It's the only one out of the entire set that has like the long text for the level 6. We used to get those all the time before there were focused Datacrons. Now I think most of those mechanics are going into the focused Datacrons for the most part, but we get a long level 6, and it is actually a good one. Sometimes those long level 6s are kind of duds. This time they're not. That's what you're shooting for both of the teams. And Inquisition stands to be fairly strong for the next few months, I believe. And I'm interested to see just how impactful it's going to be with only one Inquisitor on the team with Balin. It might be fine. It might be better just to stick with like a heavy defense set or something from the previous set. We're not really sure. The one other thing that I want to point out is there are a couple of really good level 9s for the Inquisition team. The 9th sister and the 2nd sister actually she'll ramp damage quite a bit, so don't be too surprised. I mean, like, keep an eye out. If you roll a 2nd sister Datacron right away, I would kind of hang on to it, because and try to roll a 9th sister separately and just see if you can get both of them, because I do think both of them look pretty good. I think 9th sister is going to edge out 2nd sister, but I'm not totally sure. And then we'll just have to see how everything plays into it. Like, 8th brother could easily take the place of 5th brother as well. I'm just not sure about that team comp. So as always, just a big caveat, like at the bottom in the yellow, just says we don't know if these are going to be the standard teams, but this is just kind of examples of what we're looking for in the Datacrons. Resistance actually have a decent, like, this is probably the biggest footprint that there is. And it's not that big, but it's like the biggest faction that impacts the most squads. So we have the Zori team that's going to, I think, just destroy things. And it's been destroying things. Any amount of just bonus turn meter on the team, because they're already so fast, just makes them a menace on offense if you know what you're doing, if you're modded accurately and correctly for that. I'm going to try to have that team up and running, actually ready for this coming week of GAC, even as I'm not gonna have access to this set, but it's already a strong team because they have access to good turn meter. Otherwise, we have like Scav Ray is probably my favorite one. I mean, it's so simple. The Datacron, the level 9 for her is just she gets a bunch of extra offense based on how many relic levels are on her team. So she could be on the Seer Malicos team because she's an Ufu. She could go on a Starkiller team, and she's just going to one-shot people. It's going to be a lot of fun. And we'll see her on defense sometimes. I think we can play around it a little bit, but I think she's going to be very strong. And then the Vander Chewie one, I mean, it's so funny because when Starkiller gets a Datacron like this, it's like every time someone does something, then Vander Chewie assists. And if Starkiller gets that, it moves the world. We're all like, oh my gosh, that's gonna be ridiculous. When it's not Vander Chewie, sorry. When Veteran Smuggler Chewie gets it, it's like, oh, okay. I mean, I guess the one nice thing is we have to have him at higher relics to unlock Galactic Legend Hondo eventually, so we may as well throw those relics on a little early, but that one's pretty fringe. I don't know how good it might end up being. Really good, I'm not sure, but I mean, he's not an amazing character already. I don't expect too much from it. Nice Sisters, it's an interesting one because I typically think that a team that has a ton of offense that kind of just relies on just doing a ton of damage, when they get the level 6 that lets them decrease their defense and add more offense, typically I'm like, hey, that's pretty good, that's strong. And I don't think the Nice Sisters are gonna hate it. I don't know how relevant they're gonna be. First off, Nice Sisters are not going to be beating Ahsoka for a while, it looks like, because all the Ahsoka teams for the most part are going to have the Datacron that lets them go fast. That gives them enough speed that they just kill the Night Sisters before the Night Sisters can act. And so, sure, they'll pick on lesser teams, but I don't know if that's going to be as appealing as killing a Galactic Legend. And otherwise, the Mother Talzin squad with Marin, I mean, it'll probably still kill Jabba decently. We'll just have to see. I don't know. We'll just have to see, folks. I hope it's good. It's also possible that we have a little bit more bleed into another faction with the Imperial Remnant guys. The zombie troopers might go with Dark Trooper Moff Gideon. We'll just have to see. If we see the knights, the Great Mothers just kind of diminish enough, then I wouldn't be too surprised to find the zombie bros going elsewhere, looking for work elsewhere. So let's look at the focus Datacrons. One of the things that happened since the last video I made, the new focus Datacrons are so cheap, guys. They're so cheap. You get, like, free to play can buy all of them now and still not miss any of the Omicrons. It is honestly a really important change. You can get all of them. So let's talk about them individually. There's 4 of them. Of course, there's the 5th one that you get for kicks if you buy kicks early, which is like $100. I'm not saying you should get it or shouldn't get it, but I mean, these things are so it's so cheap to get these characters now. It's sucking me back in. I hate it. But Wampa, gosh, I was so disappointed. When I saw that we had the Wampacron, I actually thought my anticipation was, oh, they're gonna make it so that we can use Wampa the way we can use Fulcrum Ahsoka in Territory Wars if you have the Cal Omicron, which means, normally Fulcrum is a solo character. In Territory Wars, you use her Omicron, she deletes some stuff, but later in the cycle of, once you get to mid or late game in Territory Wars, she stops being useful as a solo character. But then you add another Omicron to Cal, and it makes it so that she can use her solo Omicron with a team, and suddenly it's very relevant. I was really hoping we could do that with Wampa, but instead it just it did add a territory war element, which it's so interesting that they added a Datacron that then activates an Omicron in another game mode in Territory Wars. I actually find that really fascinating, but they kind of did it to the dumbest one, because Wampa isn't gonna, like I just said, Fulcrum Ahsoka doesn't solo anything in the endgame. Wampa's not going to do that either in Territory Wars, like with the crowding and jostling of how many teams are placed on defense. It's just not gonna do that much. He is gonna be stronger in 3s for sure. He'll still do some stuff. I expect we get a little more use out of him with this Datacron, but this is kind of the least priority one, in my opinion. It is a level 9. He doesn't go all the way up to level 15, so that's fine. I'm interested to see how the direction this goes. So the Darth Vader one is interesting because we're gonna just bleed banner. If you want to bleed banners, use Darth Vader's Cron, because he just uses all of his Imperial troopers to he gets, every time one of them dies, he gets a bonus turn and uses Merciless Massacre. Like, it resets his cooldowns, and so he just gets a ton of Merciless Massacres in a row, and then he can die once all of his guys are dead, so that'll be fun. It's worded poorly. It says he just can't die, and that's not true. He can actually die, surprisingly, but remember, guys, this is a focused Datacron, so you can actually use it even if you don't have your Snowtrooper relict. I know all the other ones are requirement characters, so a lot of you are going to have them relict already, but if you haven't gotten, like, say, the Eternal Emperor unlocked, for instance, you might not have Veers or Stark or Snowtrooper relict, but you can still use this focused Datacron on them as long as they're like, what, gear 5 or something like that, and it's just as effective. The Sortie one is interesting because every time she takes a turn, she gives all of her droid allies the unrevivable save. The save, I'm saying it all wrong. It gives them the ability to revive without it that revive being denied. Like, you can't just use Mando to one-shot or Nihilist to one-shot one of them. They'll die, but then they will revive if they have the spare parts ability, and that's cool and all. The problem is she doesn't give it to herself. The wording hit, like, we've had this like a couple other times where she just doesn't get it again. And so you just, what you have to do, you have to kill one droid, and then you find one way, like a way to just, you know, one-shot her with Mandalorian or Nihilist or something like that. This team can be annoying, but I don't anticipate problems. It's a pretty good mid-game one when your opponent has fewer teams available. So the Rolo one is definitely, we're saving the best for last. It is actually ridiculous. I don't think there's a chance that Rolo actually sees any play with it. But you probably want to get it to level 14 anyways, because the stats are really good. And it's one of the most ridiculous ones ever. It's just, for all light side characters, if you don't have a galactic legend on your team, then whenever light side allies use an ability at all, they just like use a basic, then everyone else, all the other light side characters, assist once per turn. And it like CLS, remember that worthless team that you guys should have taken all your mods off and never contemplated using again, because that's the kind of advice I give. Don't ever do that. Don't ever use Commander Luke unless you want to use it with this Datacron. It looks so good. Also, I think Bo-Katan is just destroying things with it as well in testing. I actually got this one, I purchased already and got it to level 3, and I'll be using it in the upcoming live streams this week. I'll be interested to see just how strong it is. I mean, it has, and all the stats on it are really good too. So this one is definitely the focus Datacron of the set. So how to choose, I would say, like, get the Rolo one if you can. Use the infographic, honestly. Ray, Scavenger Ray looks really fun. The Inquisition ones look really strong, especially with their level 6 and their strong level 9s. And then the Rolo focus Datacron is the best. The Darth Vader one looks fun, though I think it's going to be pricey banners-wise because they prescribe a specific team, and all those guys are just going to die because they have no synergy with Vader at all, other than like giving him some speed and stuff. So the set looks worse than the last one, but not that much worse. It looks interesting. It's worth investing in, you know, to work on this stuff. And otherwise, it's nothing crazy. I'm glad that the stats aren't something you have to roll and roll and roll. It's just good level 3s, and that's frankly pretty good. So, anyways, what are your thoughts? Do you have a dissenting view? I would love to hear it in the comments, folks. Thank you all so much for watching, and remember that in all things, Xaereth prevails. Take care.